All personality. We all have one, although some of us have a better one than others. Have you ever been to a club, to a meeting, or to church, and then you speak to this person? At first, the person looks very beautiful, but the more you get in depth in this conversation with this person, the uglier they get. Or maybe you even that person who people you start to talk to people and then suddenly they just are not interested speaking to you. Well, maybe there are some improvement you can do to your personality. And after this video, you're gonna have a better one. So keep watching. We have established that we all have a personality, but the difference is how good it is. Our personality is made by 4 different patterns: our communication, our feeling, our thinking, and our act. So the key word here is typical. How you typical act, how you typical think, how you typical communicate, and your typical feelings. Those are your typical pattern. So this is some of the things that you should be more aware of. But let's start with the tip number 1 to improve your personality. So tip number one is be a decision maker. Personal improvement requires of you many strong choices. So this is why you have to be a strong decision maker and stand firm on the decision and what you have decided to do and the way you will go. This will be a great way for you to start. Tip number 2, be a great listener or active listener. This is all about put your phone away, have eye contact when you talk to a person. Just be present at that place and that moment you are in. Let me ask you a question. Do you know a person who have a great personality? My guess is that we all know that person. We all know that person will be like, wow, this person have a very great personality. Hopefully we are one of them. But if I asked you, what is the things that you think makes the person have a great personality? It can be difficult to answer that, but most people will actually say that they just make me feel good. There's just something about them that makes me feel good. This is what being a great listener can do. You suddenly you just make that person feel worthy, make them feel good, make them feel important. Just be present. Now is tip number 3. Tip number 3, it's all about being positive. Ooh, we all want to be positive. You know, that glass is half full type of things. We all want to be positive in every aspect in our lives. But the truth is, we cannot be positive in everything. But what I want you to do is just try to shift your mindset. If you are in a negative situation, try to think about what is positive in this. What kind of positives can you find? The more time pass by, you will start to see that you are actually getting more and more positive. You are actually it's just how you are. You are just that person who are seeing the positive things in most situations. And who doesn't want to be around that person? I know that I love to be around that person who are positive, who just brings that extra vavalavoom. I don't want to have vavalavoom in everyone, but that extra energy, that positive, that whoop vibe. We all want that person around us, and you want to be that friend. Tip number 4, speak carefully. Do not let your anger take over. We all know that person who is quick to anger and just changing the vibe. It's just making it so much more difficult to be around that person. Take a step back and think, okay, let me count to 10 before I answer, because now I can feel like this is kind of making me angry, and I don't want to be that person who is quick to answer with some words that I will regret, or just throw things Some people, they get angry and they just start to throwing chairs, vase, or I don't know what's or not they can find around them. We don't want to have that manner. We don't want to be that person. So take a step back and speak carefully. The fifth thing is all about your body language. Okay, I don't know what this is, but your body language. The right body language can make you appear more approachable. So if you always have your arms crossed, like, and always like with your Angry Bird on, I always tease Daniel with his Angry Bird, but it just makes you feel less positive and less desirable to talk to. With the right body language, it can make you appear more confident and comfortable and professional. So with the right body language, it can improve and boost your personality. Tip number 6, it's all about seeing others. Now we've spoke about the things that you can work on, but now we are going out to see how we can serve others. We all know that person who constantly are like, how do you feel? How can I be there for you? How can I help? And that person makes us feel great. It is so important to just be there for one another. Be that person who can uplift others and build others up. And finally, tip number 7. There's so much more, and I can talk about this topic so long. Let me just finish with this last tip. Have humor. We all know that person who just makes us feel good just by making us laugh. Just be that person who makes people be happy and feel good about themselves. I don't know, have you seen that one? Kevin on the Bus by Kevin Hart. He talks about the first time his mom gave him permission to curse. I'm not saying I'm not gonna give my son permission to curse, but that one was definitely a fun one to watch. But enough about that. When he came into this bus, all the children were laughing and saying, Kevin on the bus, Kevin on the bus. And they're just loving him because he made them feel happy. Be that person. I'm not saying you have to be a comedian or anything, but just be a person who loves to make your friends be happy and laugh. But guys, hey, now I've shared my 7 tips on how you can improve your personality, but know that personal development is not something you can just improve or just change on one day or one week. It's something you have to work on daily. So guys, that was my 7 tips on how you can improve your personality. Hopefully it helped. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Write a comment below if you have another tip or 2 or 3 on how we all can improve our personality. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.